Hello YouTube and welcome to another GV anime review, and as you might guess from where I am, today I am reviewing Yowamushi Pedal New Generation, the third installment in the Yowamushi Pedal franchise. And I thought what better place to do it than here on the top of La Planche de Belleville, where in just a few hours the fifth stage of the 2017 Tour de France is going to finish. So now let's go back to future me and get this review started. And here we are back. So this third season in the Yowamushi Pedal franchise takes place in the year after the second season Yowamushi Pedal Grande Road, with now Onoda, Imaizumi and Naruko being second years. With the former third years gone, a new team has to be assembled. With Onoda, Imaizumi, Naruko and the new third year's captain and vice captain Teshima and Aoyagi, 5 members are already known. So the quest is now to find the 6th member and to start preparing for the next edition of the Inter High, where Sohoku will have to defend its champion's title. My first positive point is something that Yowamushi Pedal already did very good in its first part and continue to do here in the second part. And that is exploring the side characters and giving them backstories and their time in the spotlights. In Yowamushi Pedal New Generation, we not only get to know new characters like Kaburagi and Koga, but also some older characters get their time to shine. Both Teshima and Sugimoto have their arcs where we explore their characters. And there are still a lot more new characters who have been introduced to us, but who still need backstory. So that will be something for the 4th season. Another thing that this new season of Yowamushi Pedal keeps doing is giving its viewers actual detailed information about cycling and racing. Most of the basics were already covered in the first 2 seasons, but this second part was still very informative, like how the anime shows the pressure that comes with wearing number 1, the advantages and the disadvantages that Onoda experienced with wearing that tag, or the danger that lies in the way how Manami rides. I actually already expected him to have mechanical problems back in Grande Road. Also, what his opponent does after that is a topic that is widely discussed in real life cycling, even very recently at the Tour de France. There is an unwritten rule in cycling that you don't attack when your opponent has mechanical problems, but there are very opposing opinions about that rule. So it was nice that New Generation explored that, since people will have different opinions about what Manami's opponent did after his problems. And my final positive point is that for a cycling fan like me, Yowamushi Pedal is still a joy to watch. The cycling itself is so realistic and relatable. Now, this is still an anime, so there are things that are over-exaggerated, like how Aoyagi blows up like a balloon. But overall, Yowamushi Pedal gives a very realistic and lively presentation of what cycling is about and why I love it so much. Now, if I compare this new season with the last 2 seasons, then I have to say that New Generation didn't bring anything new to the table. The setup and the progression of this season is exactly the same as in the first part. We're still preparing the team for the Inter High. So maybe Yowamushi Pedal should have mixed things up a bit in this new season, because now you don't see anything new in terms of the big story. And the second thing is that with the third years gone, we lost a lot of very charismatic characters. All the third years had very interesting personalities, and it added to the vibe that Yowamushi Pedal had. Like my favorite characters Kinjo and Arakita are gone now, and I missed their personalities. Little side note, I wonder if that one meeting between them at the university was a hint towards a possible spin-off of them. Now, we lost quite some charisma, but as I said in my positive section, there are still a lot of new characters who haven't been covered yet, and there might be some interesting ones between them, like Komari, who might be an even bigger creep than Midosuchi. Also, I noticed that Imaizumi got very little screen time in New Generation. Onoda is still the main character despite also getting less attention, and Naruko has his own arc at the beginning of this season. But Imaizumi even talks very little in this third season. Now I do expect him to come more to the foreground in the fourth season, since he is the ace, so he has to go for it at the end of the stages where we're getting to now. So as a conclusion, I still love Yowamushi Pedal. It is still the best cycling anime out there. I wished that this new season would have mixed things up a bit and didn't deliver the exact same story as the first two seasons. But either way, I still had a great time watching this new season, and I look forward to the fourth season, which will air in winter 2018. So overall, I'm going to rate Yowamushi Pedal New Generation at a slightly lower rating than its precedents, at 3.5 out of 5 stars. The fourth season still has a lot of ground to cover when it comes to giving backstories for new characters and exploring their personalities, so that gives me plenty to look forward to. In the period between Grande Road and New Generation, a few other cycling animes came out, like Long Riders and Minami Kamakura Koko Josei Jitenshabu. You can watch those while waiting for the new season, but don't expect the same level as Yowamushi Pedal, since it is still the best cycling anime ever made. And with that, I conclude my review of Yowamushi Pedal New Generation. As usual, you can find the full list of all my animes and reviews over at Anime Planet. As usual, I will put a link in the description box down below. Now, if you want me to review a particular anime from this list, please put it in the comments. Also, if you have a recommendation for me, put it in the comments as well. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, visit me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter and subscribe to this channel for more reviews in the future. Then I will say, arigatou gozaimasu, and I will see you all in the next video.